Well, hey folks, FatGuyFliesRC. All right, Gabriel, if you would, show them the flags that we're flying and what we're doing with today. All right, on a day that's windy like this, you don't want to do something really fast and agile, and you don't want that. But for me, I love this little Avanti. This is a 70mm Avanti S. This is like an old friend. I've had this thing for years, since it was first released, and I have no gyro in it whatsoever, just a 7-channel Limit RX with doesn't have stabilizers, just the regular plain Jane receiver. And that's what I got. I mean, I got a KM model afterburn. I'm running a 4900 SMC high voltage pack. Got the afterburner there. But I love flying this plane when it's windy. This is my go-to jet when it's horribly windy, and today's pretty darn windy. The retracts have came out of this thing 3 times, and I've Gorilla glued them back in. It hasn't been crash, but it's got hanger rash terribly, and the gear coming out has had some bad landings over in this area here, and ripped the right gear out, then the left gear out, and actually the nose gear never came out, but the main gears have came out 2 or 3 times. So it's just not enough glue, but that's okay. It's easier for them to break away in one piece and no damage, and then glue them back in. And I like using Gorilla Glue, that expanding foam Gorilla Glue, and then just trim it off, and it actually comes back more secure than before. So right, left, up, down, right, left. I'm going to fly in my high rates. Timer set for 4 minutes. There's no stabilization on AS3X settings, so just regular flying rates, and I'll share the rates with you after the flight. Little pocket rock, Rich Miller of RC Informer. I think maybe him or maybe Pilot Ryan coined the phrase pocket rocket with this little guy. Just a good flying jet, it really is. Very stable, but the Avanti airframe is just a stable locked-in airframe. This is part of the FMS reached out to me, and they didn't send me this one because I already had it, but they said please fly. They gave me a list of all the different planes that are on their FMS sale, their Black Friday sale, and on part of the sale, and they said this is one of them, so I said, well, sure, I'll fly it. So this is what we're doing. Actually, I thought at one time they were going to discontinue this, but they didn't. I thought they were discontinuing it, but they didn't. So I'll take it up, snap roll it. Yeah, like I said, it's like flying an old friend. Up kind of high, I know.
Time remaining 3. Landing flaps. Flaps up.
Alright, take it up. Little knife edge here. I love the difference in the coloration of the wings. Gives you a definite dark on the top and the red and the bright and everything on top, and the dark on the bottom give you great orientation concerns. Takes care of your orientation, or helps you with your orientation anyways.
Gear up.
Yeah, it is windy. This guy's like, Daddy, why are we flying this kind of wind? Yeah. I'm having fun, but come on now. I don't have reverse thrust in this. All right, we got enough for one more quick up and down. Does have lights and it's got that KM model afterburner there, but it's so bright today you're not gonna be able to see too much of that. All right.
Time remaining 1 minute.
I'll leave the gear up. Woo! That wind is just kicking her around. Good looking plane, just don't look too close. She's got hanger rash bad. And mainly from the way I store my planes and transport my planes, the planes are banging on each other and sitting on top of each other, and it's just the way it is. But this plane, like I said, I've taken her apart and put her back together, gave her 2 or 3 different clear coats of monocoat, the polyacrylic. And in fact, I'll just come up closer and I'll let you see up close. Look at all the hanger rash, the gatorine and stuff. I mean, she's definitely got some pop marks and some damage to her. But I tell you what, does not affect the way she flies. She flies wonderfully. Absolutely handles this wind like a champ. All right, we go ahead and share. I was at my high rates. I had 37 seconds left on a 4-minute, I think a 4-minute timer. 37 seconds left on a 4-minute timer. Okay, so basically, what, 3.5 minutes basically. All right. I'll share my flap settings, but we didn't need to use flaps today, but I'll share them with you. There is a mix. Flaps up are a negative 100%, no mix. Takeoff are
flaps
0% with a 10% down elevator. Landing is
landing flaps
is 100% with a 25% down elevator mix. And that's tested and tried and true. That works really well when you need flaps. Today you don't need flaps. Flew in my high rates, 100% throws, 30% expo on ailerons. Elevator, the same, 100%, 30% expo. Rudder probably going to be, yeah, same, 100%, 30% expo. So that's what I flew in. That's my flap settings. Let's check the battery.
Prop secured.
Prop secured. Doesn't matter if it's an EDF. Always get in the habit of putting your prop secure. Now, you check the CG. On the underside, it's actually on the edge of these wheel wells, so it's easier to check with it upside down, which I'd prefer to do it the other way, but that's what I got. And slightly nose heavy. I don't have the numbers, but if you look, you've got these hard plastic doublers with the wings connect. About a finger pad length back from there is where she CG. So just find the edge of that plastic and then put your finger 1 inch back, and that's where she CGs, if you don't want to put marks on your plane like I did. All right, let's check the battery. Let me show you battery placement real quick in my setup. I got the 4900 as far back as I can possibly get it, and right up there glued to the side of that wall is the 7-channel Lemon RX, and of course that's the KM model afterburner, that wire there. KM models, thank you for the battery, or for the afterburner, and SMC, thank you for the batteries for review. 58% left. Gosh, we could go up again, but we're not going to. With this plane, with a large 5,000, 4,900 to 5,000, you can set your timer for 5 minutes, fly the way you want. All right, well, folks, there you go. That is the 70mm Avanti. Normally I fly her with a 4S, a 4006. That's what I normally fly her with today, but this is what I had. And a rule of thumb is when it's super windy and you're going to fly in the wind, you put a bigger battery in it. You'll get better punch. Put the maximum suggested battery in because you'll get better punch, you have more stability in the air. But you fly the way you want. Now if it's a nice calm day and you're looking for agility and speed, you can go with a lighter battery. But when it's windy, you want your heavier battery, the heaviest battery that the plane can handle to get through the wind. But there you go. FMS, I hope you're doing well with your Black Friday sale. There'll be a link to this video, to this plane. There'll be a link to it. Now, their Black Friday sale, use my link, but if the Black Friday sale gives you a better deal, then definitely use that. I want you to get the best deal possible. And in my video, I'm going to have a huge list at the bottom of the description of all the different planes that FMS has either sent me, or I have had. If you use that link, and if it's not on sale, you can take, if it's your first time, you can take 10% off your entire order, or at the very least take $10 off the order if you're a return customer using my link. Same thing with this. If you've never bought anything through FMS before and you want to use my link, you can take 10% off your entire cart. So throw a plane, call a battery, whatever in your cart, and you take 10% off the entire order, which that's a one-time use code. I offer $10 off all the stuff from FMS. I have a link to it. At any time, you'll have to log in with your account, where that's free. You have to do that anyways to buy. But if the Black Friday sale is a better deal, then definitely use that. Just use my link to get to it, and that way everything will work for you. All right, God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. And Gabriel, thank you for filming. And this is the FMS 70mm Avanti S, a little pocket rocket. Y'all have a good one. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.